Listen closely. What you are experiencing right now is not a coincidence, and it is not ordinary. Certain qualities in a person, clear thinking, quick learning, emotional strength, and the ability to affect a room, create signals that vary. Alert systems can notice. These systems can include elite military units and intelligence networks, as well as spiritual institutions and ancient knowledge orders. In history, people with hidden potential were rarely ignored. Watching often starts long before the person understands how big their potential really is. This early detection phase is intense because it is like a test. The world is measuring not what you have done, but what you can do. Being recognized at this level is not a compliment. It is strategic, and it often feels uncomfortable. Elite groups and organizations have ways to spot hidden ability. From studying behavior and recognizing patterns to putting people under pressure and judging social impact, neuroscience shows that humans can unconsciously notice high performers through tiny facial movements, energy, and fast decision-making. Social psychology shows that rare talent can cause fear, admiration, and resistance in others at the same time. When these forces collide around you, it can feel overwhelming, lonely, or even scary. But it is also proof that you are working above the average level of human awareness. You may have noticed strange attention. Certain people watching what you do closely, places reacting in unexpected ways to you being there, or surprising opportunities and obstacles showing up at the same time. This is not random. It is how early recognition works. Throughout history, innovators, leaders, and spiritual anchors went through a similar stage. Intense. From the moment people started noticing you, the world changed in small but powerful ways. This is not about casual attention or quick praise. It is about forces that rarely focus on ordinary lives, turning their attention toward you. When highly skilled observers, from tactical experts to spiritual guardians, start paying attention, it means something unusual is under the surface. Your presence, your abilities, and even the way you think and act are sending ripples that travel far beyond what you can see. The first step in noticing your potential is understanding that being discovered is a reflection, not a judgment. It reflects the power you already have. Being discovered brings both pressure and opportunity. It forces you to face a truth you may have avoided. Your abilities are greater than you've allowed yourself to believe. History has many examples of people whose hidden powers showed up only after attention came from unexpected places. Think of scientists, strategists, and leaders who were first underestimated and then changed the rules in their fields. What you are experiencing is not random. It is a signal to step into the space you were always meant to live in. The universe, in a way, is pushing you to act, to recognize your strengths, and to get ready for the challenges and rewards ahead. But knowing is not enough. Being discovered acts like both a mirror and a magnifying glass. It shows your strengths and also reveals what you have ignored. This two-sided effect can feel uncomfortable, even scary, but it is exactly inside this tension that growth begins. The way forward is intentional. Watch how others react. Study their plans. And most importantly, begin matching your inside potential to what you show on the outside. Every look, every evaluation from these outside forces is a clue, a piece of a puzzle that, when understood, will reveal the full range of your power. There is a reason elite operatives pay attention to certain people, even those outside their normal circle. Special forces are trained to spot unusual patterns, possible assets, and threats with almost instinct-like accuracy. If they have noticed you, it is not a coincidence. It is proof that your thinking, emotions, or strategic presence is stronger than average. These professionals judge much more than physical strength. They judge awareness, flexibility, and the ability to shape or predict results. Being on their radar means you have qualities that can affect the real world, whether or not you have noticed them yet. The attention from these forces is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it proves you matter. On the other, it pushes you to grow faster than life would normally require. Historical figures who were watched in similar ways, scientists and secret research projects, Innovators under surveillance or diplomats in tense talks often rose to greatness because they learned how to turn observation into strategy. You can also turn outside scrutiny into a guiding force. Every evaluation, whether supportive or doubtful, is a chance to improve your approach, sharpen your skills, and get ready for the moments that truly shape your path. Still, it is not only about being noticed, it is about how you respond. Knowing. You are being watched as a kind of power, but only if you use it on purpose. Every choice you make, every reaction you show creates patterns that can either increase or reduce your influence. Noticing this early helps you take control of your story, shaping results others may not expect. Special Forces attention is rare, but it is also strategic. It looks for potential. The question is whether you are ready to claim it to step into a space that requires courage, intelligence, and accuracy. Some of the strongest recognition does not come from the physical world. It comes from spiritual or secret organizations that work quietly. These groups, religious orders, ancient guardians, or philosophical societies have often been the ones to judge hidden human potential. When they notice you, it is because they sense a match between your inner ability and forces beyond what is obvious. They sense your path is not only about you. It connects to levels of awareness, energy, and influence that few people understand. Being noticed by these observers can teach you a lot. Their methods often symbolic or hidden point to parts of your abilities that normal measurements cannot see. In history, people who caught the attention of these orders were often guided toward training that strengthened hidden gifts, mental toughness, sharper perception, and control over emotional and spiritual energy. What may first feel strange or unclear is actually a system for uncovering abilities normal systems miss. These observers offer more than attention. They offer insight into how your potential is built. The challenge is understanding what it means. Spiritual recognition is rarely simple. It asks for reflection, patience, and courage. Their focus may point to parts of your life where your power is asleep or out of balance. Emotional discomfort, big life questions, and sudden clarity are all part of the process. But moving through these moments can change you. It helps you connect insight with action, perception with strategy, and spirit with intellect. In this way, the attention of hidden observers is not passive. It is an active invitation to grow, to refine yourself, and to step fully into your hidden greatness. Beyond what you can see is a network of unseen forces shaping results, relationships, and opportunities. These forces are subtle patterns of energy, thought, and behavior that most people miss, but they respond to your presence and intention. Whether it is how events line up, the instincts of people around you, or the impact of your own choices, understanding these forces matters. They are not magical ideas. They're real-world dynamics. You can study in psychology, social influence, and strategic decision-making. The unseen works like a hidden current under the surface of life. It's just like waves are moved by ocean currents. Your influence interacts with forces that can speed up or slow down your progress. Innovators, leaders, and visionaries in history often described moments of clarity or intuition as guidance from something beyond themselves. While that can seem mysterious, it is grounded in sharp awareness and the ability to act clearly inside complex systems. Recognizing these forces helps you predict outcomes and move through environments with accuracy that can feel almost unnatural. Working with these forces takes focus and discipline. By noticing subtle patterns, tiny behaviors in people, changes, in situations and moments of meaningful timing, you begin to see how energy moves around you and through you. Your choices can strengthen these currents or fight them, creating either resistance or forward motion. In this way, the unseen is not just an idea. It is a tool, a place to gain leverage, and a mirror that helps you understand the full size of your potential. Reaching this level is not an accident. It is built on purpose, and it brings deep rewards. Potential is often mistaken as only physical strength or technical skill, but it is much more than that. True potential includes sharp thinking, emotional strength, spiritual depth, and the ability to shape situations through understanding and influence. It is multi-layered, mixing thought, action, and energy in ways normal tests cannot measure. Seeing how wide your potential is becomes the first. Step 2, using it fully, and it requires changing your view from simple ability to full capacity. History shows this again and again. Leaders whose minds changed nations. Scientists whose curiosity changed what people understood, and strategists whose emotional intelligence shaped results. Each used more than raw skill. They noticed patterns, mastered themselves, and matched action to awareness. In the same way, your potential includes the ability to read situations, predict reactions, and turn problems into advantages. Strength alone is only a small part of what you can do. Unlocking this potential takes purposeful exploration. Meditation, tactical practice, strategic reflection, and continuous learning are ways to bring everything together. Each effort builds. On the last, improving not just one skill, but the teamwork of mind, body, and spirit. When you accept this multi-layered truth, challenges become chances, attention becomes influence, and sleeping abilities wake up. Your journey is not about proving you have power. It is about discovering the parts of you that others still cannot see. Attention from others reflects your energy, your ability, and your presence. What people notice in you often shows qualities you may not fully see in yourself yet. The attention of skilled observers, peers, or even strangers can reveal patterns of thinking, behavior, and influence that have been sleeping, waiting for you to notice them on purpose. This reflection is not judgment. It is information, a live signal of the impact you already have on the world around you. In history, people who understood this mirror effect grew faster. Think of athletes whose talents were highlighted under the eyes of scouts, or innovators whose ideas became clearer when mentors watched closely. The more you understand the signals you send, the more control you gain over your story and your direction. Recognition is not approval. It is data mirror that can guide your strategy, your focus, and your growth. The key is how you explain it. By watching reactions, finding patterns, and adjusting your behavior without losing who you really are. You can turn attention into influence and opportunity. Every look, comment, or gesture from others holds clues about both your potential and the world you are moving through. Understanding this mirror helps you improve your actions, sharpen your awareness, and increase the power others already sense in you. Outside attention can start awareness, but real motivation must come from inside you. Dark motivation, the kind that comes from facing fear, jealousy, challenges a strong force that many normal growth plans ignore. Others may see your potential, but only you can build the drive to grow it. The deeper the fire, the stronger the change. This is the kind of inner push that carries extraordinary people beyond ordinary limits. In history, powerful leaders and pioneers often succeeded not only because of chances, but because they used hardship as fuel. Their dark fire came from disappointment, doubt, or resistance forces that could have crushed them, but instead built sharper focus and stronger endurance. The lesson is clear. Outside recognition is a spark, but the inner flame is what keeps momentum going, sharpens decision-making, and creates lasting impact. Using dark motivation takes self-reflection and courage. Find what frustrates you, the unfair things that drive you, and the doubts that remain. Then turn them into action energy. Ambition, shaped by strategy and self-awareness, becomes a tool instead of a burden. By accepting discomfort, you turn potential into action, making sure that other people's recognition is met with a response that beats expectations. Every step toward mastery has thresholds, moments when progress feels hard, unclear, or even impossible. These thresholds are not random problems. They are tests meant to push you past old limits and grow your abilities. Understanding that discomfort is a signal, not a failure, helps you see challenges as doors to growth instead of walls to success. Examples can be found in elite performance. The peak of awareness, strategy, and inner alignment is clearly recognizing. your own potential. To rise above limits, you must first notice them, then take control of your abilities, and finally turn them into action. Recognition is not passive. It means admitting both your strengths and your weak spots, understanding your environment, and choosing to act with empowered awareness. Claiming your potential means taking responsibility for influence, growth, and impact. This stage includes bold action, disciplined effort, and the courage to move through discomfort. Leaders, inventors, and visionaries in history became great, not by waiting for praise, but by claiming their abilities, committing to growth, and taking brave steps. Your recognition is your inner acceptance of what others have already seen. The outside attention is only a reflection of what you are now ready to own. Rising beyond your limits follows naturally from recognition and action. When potential is fully connected through strategic thinking, emotional control, and spiritual alignment, it becomes influence, skill, and presence that go past old boundaries. Transcendence is not a vague idea. It is the real-life result of matching inner ability with outer results. By recognizing, claiming, and transcending, you complete the growth cycle, stepping into the full range of your potential, visible not only to the world, but also to you. Your journey is not random. It happens in stages, and each stage prepares you for the next level of potential. Understanding this timeline gives you a powerful advantage. You know what to expect, which skills to sharpen, and which chances to take. Like an experienced strategist studying a battlefield, you can study your own growth path. Each awakening stage is a doorway. Some are quiet, and some are obvious. Noticing the patterns helps you avoid stumbling in the dark and instead step purposely into your next chapter. Think about how elite performers, martial artists, and top executives approach improvement. They set milestones, measure progress, and prepare for challenges before they arrive. Your awakening works in a similar way. Awareness comes before ability, clarity comes before influence. Preparation comes before breakthrough. When you picture your timeline, you turn uncertainty into strategy. The successes or failures that seem random become predictable stages you can master with planning and discipline. The most important rule of the awakening timeline is preparation. Every skill you build, every insight you accept, and every moment of self-awareness adds up. The closer you get to each threshold, the faster your growth speeds up. Knowing what comes next is not just curiosity. It is the key to using your hidden potential before it shows up clearly on the outside. Your next level is closer than you think, but only purposeful action makes sure you meet it fully prepared. Transformation is not magic. It is a detailed teamwork of mind, body, and spirit. Your thoughts shape what you notice. Your emotions control your resilience. Your spiritual alignment fuels your purpose. These layers work together like gears in a well-made machine. Change happens fastest when all three gears work together. This is why some people struggle even when they try hard. They train their body but ignore their mindset, or they gain knowledge without emotional depth. Understanding how it works helps you guide transformation with accuracy. Modern neuroscience supports this. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire, shows that repeated practice and mindful focus create lasting change. Habit loops, emotional control, and energy alignment support each other, creating an upward cycle of growth. People who design their transformation on purpose through routines, reflection, and planned challenges see results faster than those who rely on luck or motivation alone. Transformation can be designed, you just need the right structure. The key is aware thinking and consistent effort. Watch your habits. Study your emotional triggers. Align your actions with your bigger purpose. Each small change causes many other changes, slowly reshaping your life. When clear thinking, emotional strength, and spiritual purpose meet, change is no longer random or reactive. It becomes self-directed. Mastering how transformation works is mastering yourself. As your potential grows, your presence creates energy that attracts both helpers and tests. The people, chances, and challenges that show up are not random. They are reactions to the signal you create. Understanding this law of attraction and human magnetism helps you shape the life you are entering on purpose. Just like a strong signal can be noticed from far away, your growing energy pulls in forces that can either speed up your growth or test it. In history, people who understood these patterns used them wisely. Leaders, inventors, and pioneers often noticed that the higher they rose, the more complicated their social world became. Allies could bring resources or insight. Challengers could test your endurance or sharpen your skills. By reading these forces, you can handle relationships with careful judgment, knowing which energies to work with, which to calm down, and which to let pass. Awareness turns chaos into opportunity. Tension is like money, and how you respond decides its worth. Being watched is not passive. It is an invitation to act with purpose. Lining up your intentions, actions, and perception helps you attract what speeds up growth and filter out what distracts or drains you. The forces you pull in are a mirror of your own energy, a reflection of your resonance. When you understand this, it becomes a powerful tool for shaping your life on purpose. Mastery brings rewards that many people cannot see from the outside. Some rewards are obvious respect, influence, and financial success, but many are inside you. It's clear thinking, steady confidence, and the ability to decide fast under pressure. These hidden rewards build quietly, like interest growing in a bank, of skill, patience, and awareness. People who notice them understand mastery is not about being praised. It is about being changed. History gives many examples. Elite musicians, athletes, and strategists often talk about quiet changes as they improve. Choices become easier, intuition gets sharper, and stress gets smaller. These rewards often come silently, unnoticed by others, yet they can change the direction of a whole life. Even small improvements, discipline, observation, and reflection add up and can create results that feel almost unbelievable over time. The lesson is simple. Focus on the process, not applause. Mastery is its own reward, and effort adds up in ways that eventually affect every part of life. As skill, clarity, and confidence grow, opportunities expand, influence multiplies, and challenges become manageable. People who chase mastery on purpose place themselves to gain both the visible and invisible rewards, building a life shaped by ability instead of luck. You have unused resources, ways of thinking, spiritual practices, and tactical methods that stay asleep until you notice and use them. These tools are often hidden in plain sight. Habits you ignore, knowledge you dismiss, or techniques you have not tried yet. Unlocking them increases your influence, sharpens your awareness, and speeds up your transformation. Many of history's top achievers became extraordinary not because of amazing luck, but because they found and used tools others ignored. Think about examples. Changing how you frame a thought can shift your view right away. Meditation and breathing practice can increase focus under pressure. And advanced planning methods can turn chaos into clear steps. Often, these tools only need awareness and consistent practice. What separates people who get stuck from people who grow is the ability to notice, adjust, and build these resources into daily life. The reason is clear. Not knowing is temporary, but a skill you discover and use becomes permanent. By actively searching for hidden tools and testing how to use them, you create leverage in every part of your life. The moment you recognize the power of tools that were hidden before, growth speeds up and challenges that once felt impossible start to feel manageable. Momentum is the invisible engine of growth. Small, steady actions add up over time, creating results that look much bigger than the effort. In psychology, habit loops show that repeated behavior strengthens brain pathways, making progress feel easier. In physics, steady force in one direction creates faster movement. Combine these with energy alignment and strategic focus, and momentum becomes unstoppably a force that drives you toward breakthroughs faster and faster. Recognition is not only about being noticed, it is about others admitting the value, skill, and influence you bring into a space. It shows up in many ways: spoken praise, trust, shared responsibility, chances to grow, and quiet social signals like more attention, invitations to help, or being asked before decisions are made. In psychology, recognition is connected to social approval and reward systems in the brain. When people notice your skill or impact, it can release dopamine and strengthen behaviors that support growth, creating a loop of personal and professional rising. Under the surface, recognition is a reflection of how reliable and capable people think you are. When you repeatedly show skill, emotional intelligence, and honesty, people naturally start trusting you. Neuroscience shows humans respond without thinking to signs of competence and authority, tone of voice, decisiveness, and calmness in hard situations, all signal value. So recognition is not earned only by what you do. It is also shaped by how your presence feels to other people. It is important to know the difference between temporary attention and real recognition. Recognition lasts, and you can see it in influence, trust, and the opportunities you receive. Attention can be short-lived or for show, but recognition means people truly see that your work matters and that your presence improves results. Real-life examples. In business, recognition shows when a manager gives you high-stakes projects, gives you public credit, or invites you into important discussions. These are signs that your skills and judgment are trusted and respected. For example, when a software engineer is asked to lead a new product launch, it is a clear sign that coworkers and leaders recognize both skill and potential. In social and work circles, recognition often appears as quiet signals. Coworkers asking your opinion before decisions, peers using your strategies, or mentees asking for guidance. History shows this too. Inventors like Nikola Tesla were recognized by people around them for new ideas, even if the larger world was slow to see their value. Recognition was an early sign of their influence in the field. Even in personal life, recognition shows up as respect for your opinions, choices, or moral judgment. Friends and family may rely on your insight more during hard situations or ask you to help solve conflicts. These real-world signals show that your inner growth skill, perspective, and emotional intelligence is becoming outer acknowledgement. Recognition is both a mirror and a multiplier. It reflects the impact of your growth while also speeding up opportunities, influence, and personal development. By understanding its signs, attention, trust, invitations to contribute, and quiet social cues, you can see where your potential is already recognized and where you still need to grow. The most important point is that recognition is not about ego, it is about alignment. Your skills, presence, and influence naturally create acknowledgement when you use them consistently with purpose and integrity. Watching and understanding these signs helps you use momentum, expand influence with strategy, and purposely step into your highest potential. In short, recognition means your hidden power is being seen and confirmed. It is both a reward and a compass guiding you toward even greater impact. Those who understand, use, and respond to these signs will keep growing their influence, abilities, and life direction. Tori?